Hello MVG and hello YouTube. Welcome to the GT Championship, currently being run on MVG. This is a 27 lap race on Mount Panorama Circuit at Bathurst. Hope you're going to enjoy this little video. Try to do a bit of commentary, see how we get on. So here's all the cars at the start finish straight, waiting at the start line for the lights to go out. And it's a failure. All the drivers managed to get themselves a 4-second penalty, apart from Toastman managed to get away quite quickly, which changed the setup of who was getting out first. The new start light and start sequence for all the online races changed from the 3-2-1 start to the light going on and then going off system. None of us had ever actually raced with it before, so we all made a slight boo-boo on that one, really. But yeah, this is lap 1. In first place we have Toasty, then Kleps, Sky, Paul, Toots, Grey, Racing Snail, you'll hear Grey a lot, and Max in last place, which is not very good seeing as how we qualified in 3rd or 4th. We're looking at lap 1 at the moment. Sky just clipping the grass a little bit there. Whoa! Paul managed to drop 2 places. Let's have a little look. There's Paul coming round the corner. Clips the grass and spins. Toots managed to nudge him and send him on a full 360. Unfortunately, when he came back on track, Max couldn't avoid him. And that stopped Max dead. Luckily for the drivers, there's a safety car rule in the first 3 laps. Any car goes off, the safety car is called. The person in first place will drop to about 80 miles an hour. Lets everybody catch up, and once everybody's caught up, we start the race again on the start finish line or on the closest split timing point. This championship is the brainchild of Paul, racer in 6th place. Absolutely fantastic little championship we've got going here. Got a few different cars on the track there. We've got the Suzuki Motorsport GTR, we've got the Moto, the Nismo, sorry, GTR. There's also the RX-7 touring car and the BMW GT3 base model as well. And that's over the start finish straight and racing again. And Toastman keeping his little foot down and Kleps chasing after. Currently with Sky driving around the track. I have used Sky's recording as my base recording, so it will frequently go back to Sky's race. I'm just running round. And we're coming back up to the skyline where the last little accident happened. And we're through that cleanly this time. And here we go. It looks like Toots in 4th place is starting to catch Sky. Definitely getting a lot closer. Oh! Sky looked like he clipped a wall. That's a big crash. I imagine there's a lot of damage on that one. Let's have a little look from Toots' point of view on that one. So here we are, coming down the dipper, coming into Forest Elbow, and yes, Sky hits the wall, clips the tyres, and poor Toots looks like behind them with a lot of damage. So we're back under safety car again. Due to the confusion about what happened on that one and the comms problems. Max having some fun in the dirt and Sky following suit. The problem with the comms, we allowed Sky to retake his place where he was in third place. So Sky's currently passing. Part of the safety car rules are if you are taken off by somebody else, you are allowed to regain your place. I think Sky quite got taken off by anybody. He was slowed down a bit with the crash, but I don't think there was any error from Toots there in hitting him when it was Sky that crashed. But these things happen in the races. Comms are the problems. And that's over the split point. Racing has resumed. Toasty still in front, followed by Kleps. Sky right up there now. That's allowed Gray to catch up, and he's not really letting go. The pack's still quite close up, coming through the cutting. There's the skyline. Beautiful view if we get much of a chance to see it. Back through the S's, down to the Dipper. Back round Forest's elbow. Absolutely hate this corner. See Sky tapping tight around the left that time. Racer learns from the mistakes, won't be doing that again. Coming to the Murray's corner. Murray's corner? No, not quite. We're at the chase. Now we're coming down to Murray's corner. Sky shouting, rather nice pass of Kleps there. And he's following through, right past Toasty as well. We should have a little look at that from Sky's point of view inside the car. So here we are, coming up to the chase. Tight left hand 22. Here we go. Postman hit the grass. Kleps seemed to follow his line, which allowed Sky to sail past Kleps. Obviously lost speed in that and not quite able to keep it up. Sky taking the corner nice and smooth and clean. Came out with more power and managed to pass Toasty. And then into Hell corner and round up to the mountain straight. Very nice clean driving by Sky there. Really has his car nailed in his setup. It seems to be a lot faster than the other cars of the Nismo in the championship. Now we're having a little look. Oh dear, Toots had a bit of a bump going into last place. Looks like there was a slight altercation with Max there. I do remember that actually happening. I'd say it took at the time, but he said he'd clipped the grass, he'd went a bit wide. I felt I'd actually given him a little nudge. Suppose I was rubbing racing, tried to keep in. Unfortunately that allowed Max into 5th and Paul into 6th. But it's very early on in the race, anything can happen. Sky seems to be starting to pull a bit of a lead away from the rest of the pack. Toasty quite a bit behind, but it looks like Kleps is still quite tight in his tail, with Gray following close behind. Oh, and look at that, Kleps has just overtaken Toasty. Let's have a little look. So coming up the mountain straight, it looks like Kleps just had a little more power and speed. Oh, definitely more speed. The front wheels lifted right off the ground there. There's Kleps taking his second place. Moving on quite happily. Can't see Toasty giving up very easily, but we'll wait and see. If I remember correctly, Toasty had a sound problem and he wasn't able to hear any engine noise or any sound at all. I think he could hear comms, but he couldn't actually hear any engine noise, so he was trying to drive without being able to hear the rev limiter, which for me would be absolutely hell on earth. Couldn't drive like that at all. Just would not work for me at all. I like listening to my revs from my changing gears. I do prefer using the manual gears rather than using automatic. It is faster, and I do say it helps you brake that little bit later by using the gears to brake you down a bit. So after 5 laps we have Sky in first, followed by Kleps, Toasty, Gray, Max, Pauls and Toots in last place. As we can see, the entering into lap 6 and the sun is starting to set. So we'll be heading into a night race. This is a little bit of something that Pauls has brought in. Max has taken 4th place. Let's have a little look at what happened there. So coming down the main straight, Max is catching up. Toastman kind of cuts the corner. Gray takes a bit wide, allowing Max to slip past there. Max has really got some power in that BMW, closing in really fast and Toasty. But not got quite it. Takes the corner wide, looks like he's avoiding contact. He still managed to keep Gray at bay. He's holding on quite nicely. Nice and smooth round the corner. Toastman looks like he just overshot that bit wide, maybe touched the wall ever so slightly there. Certainly seemed to lose a bit of speed around the corner. The BMW just seems to hunker right into that corner. What a beautiful pass. Nicely done on the inside. Here we're coming down the S's again. And Max loses it. Oh, soul destroying. 3rd place to last place in a matter of 2 or 3 seconds. Unbelievable. The S's are non-forgiving for taking it that little bit wider. Here we are back with the leader Sky, lap 7, sitting in 1st place quite happily and building up quite a margin from the rest of the pack. So as in the introduction, this is the MVG GT GT6 Championship 2014. Creator is Pauls, who's currently in 5th place. This is round 10 of 15 rounds. We have a few different tracks left to do. Brands Hatch GP, Silverstone GP, Spa, Nürburgring 24 hour and Monza left to do. currently at the moment there is two different type of points championships going. There's a team championship and there's also a driver championship. Some of the drivers in the event aren't actually racing on this one, but the leaders of the team championship are both here, and that is Sir Tootsalot and Sky Shadow. They are currently leading the team championship by quite a margin. If Sky stays in first place, I'm sure that will help the team championship quite significantly. Oh, Kleps has just dropped from second place right the way down to the last place. What happened there? With Kleps now. The back wheel just touched that edge of that curve there. Took him off track. Not a lot he can do there. But this is good racing. This is gentleman racing right here. He doesn't ruin anybody else's race by trying to get back on track. He just sits at the side. Had a bit more action on the track as well. Gray just managing to get past Toasty there. Toasty went a bit wide, Gray stayed in. Not the straightest of lines, but he made it through. Toasty managed to lose quite a bit of speed on that, which allowed Paul's just to slip past as well on the mountain straight. Definitely some nice control there by Gray in getting past there. Could have lost that quite easily. But he managed it. That brings Gray into second place. Paul's into third. Toasty in fourth. Toots in fifth. Max in sixth. We're racing with Toots at the moment. Have a little look, see what's going on at the back. And Toots is on the charge, managing to get past Toasty there. Toasty a bit nice passing really. Toasty wide, Toots on the inside. Nice and clean, no problem at all. And now it looks like Toots is chasing down Paul's. Chasing Gray. As they go across the main straight, Toots is currently in fourth place. Paul's in third. And Gray in second. Definitely has some power in that RX-7. Chasing right down on that straight. Paul's takes it a bit wide. Maybe just ever so slightly touched the wall there, giving Toots the advantage. And Toots takes it on the outside. Slips past. And moves himself up into third place. Definitely on the charge here. He's caught right up in Gray now. Got up to the S's. See if any mistakes are made. No, nice and smooth through the S's. Coming down the dipper into Forrest's elbow. Toots right on Gray's tail. He must have the power to get past there. Straight line speed of the RX-7 should be catching up very nicely. Gray seems to be holding his own though. Really going down that straight, a bat of a hill. down into Murray's corner. On the main straight to Hell Corner. Hell Corner being right. A lot of people taking Hell Corner too fast and out and holding the line. This is where Toots was really fast in the last lap. Let's see if he's still got the speed and can use it to his advantage. Certainly looks to be catching. Back to Griffin's Bend. Both cars nice and smooth round there. Coming round to the cutting. Toots holding the right and inside lines. Gray goes wide, touches the wall. Toots takes advantage and moves up into second place. Back with the leader. Lap 10. This guy really has a bit of a lead on the go here now. Let's jump to Max at the back of the pack and see what's happening. Oh, Toasty hit the gravel. Just went a wee bit too fast from that corner. Max takes advantage, moves himself up into fifth place. Very nicely done. Looks like Toast had a bit of a bump there as well. He's certainly a lot of smoke in the background there. Looking at the map, he's just not quite got it back, and he loses his place to Kleps as well. And Toots has went off as well. Max moves into fourth place. After all Toots' hard work getting himself all the way up into second place. Looks like he lost it. Going round Forest Elbow again, lost his place to Pauls and Gray and Max. We'll stick with Max at the moment for a little while. Seems to be on quite a charge. Hell Corner not offering too many difficulties for the BMW. The earlier problems of the BMW in the earlier races have been very, very twitchy in the back end, seem to have been ironed out by Max. Seems a lot more stable. Definitely no problem going around the corners. Nice and smooth. I must admit it's very strange talking about myself in the third person, but I'm doing it. Ooh, just lost it on that one, just a little bit. Touched the gravel. And Toots is taking advantage now, catching up quite nicely. Max is trying his very best to hold him off. Down into the edges. Dipper. Coming down to the Forest Elbow. Where Sky had his little trouble at the start of the race. No such trouble here at the moment. Max is still holding his own. Holding on to that fourth place for dear life. Toots bearing down on him. Toots is certainly catching him down the straight. Coming down into the chase. Max takes it just a little bit too fast. Loses it a wee bit, holds on to it, gets round the corner, but it's allowed Toots to go right up the rear end. That comes round Murray's corner, down the main straight to the Hell Corner, comes round Hell Corner, nice and smooth. Toots is still there. We know Toots has got a lot of speed on this straight. See if Max can hold him off. Doesn't seem to gain as much on the BMW as he did on the GTRs. He's certainly doing well. Max is now closing in on Gray as we come up into the cutting round the corner. Toots is taking it nice and tight on the inside again. Didn't work out for him on that time. Max seemed to have the power and the speed just to stay ahead. Skyline, Max has certainly pulled in on Gray. Gray must have just a little ditch in the grass or the dirt to slow down that much. Down the dipper. Coming out the Forest elbow. Max is right up on Gray. Just about bumper to bumper going round the Forest elbow there. Max is really pulling down the speed coming down the straight. Has he got enough? Gray goes wide and spins. Gray just touching the gravel there. Didn't look like Max was any close or any contact there. That is unfortunate for Gray. It looks like he took Toots out at the same time. Max comes over the start finish line. That was unfortunate for Gray, just maybe try to give Max a wee bit too much room and touching the dirt there. That is very, very unfortunate for Toots there. Gray seems to have dropped right the way down to the back of the pack. That spin must have been quite a bit, losing a lot of speed and time. Well, we're talking about the team championship. We have Gray at the moment is currently the team championship in second place. Fortunately his teammate has dropped out. I don't know if there's going to be another teammate for Gray to join up with. Pauls is in third place at the moment. His teammate Frequency is not on tonight. Next is Toastman and Danny, and Danny makes it when he can. Toastman's currently, Toasty's currently in fourth, with our other driver Bullet Bangs and Kleps in fifth place, with Rick and Max in sixth, but only 2 points behind. But we also do a driver championship, so the drivers can individually earn their own points and have their own championship as well. The leader at the moment is Toots, and Sky in second, closing quite fast with the wins he's had recently. This will give him another 20 points, which will definitely help him. Toasty's in third. We had one of our drivers who dropped out was in fourth place. It was our Kev. Following closely behind Kev, 4 points behind, was Pauls. Then there was Kleps in sixth. Gray's in seventh. Frequency was in 8th, Max is in 9th, with Rick following in 10th, Bullet Banks in 11th, Danny in 12th, and what have we got happening here? Gray's going into the pits. Toast is in the pits as well on lap 14. So Gray manages to get past Toasty in the pits. Unfortunately it's not one of the tracks where the pit crew comes out and does anything, so just watch it. And there we go, Toasty's just past Gray back in the pits, so not very exciting, but the pits and things can be quite important in our races. Some people have different pit strategies, whether they pit early or pit later. can definitely thank our lucky stars that the Gran Turismo 6 pit bug has disappeared and they've fixed it. No longer will we come out in a new set of tyres with less fuel and laps slower than we were at the start of the race. We definitely found that out in this race, because I think quite a few of the drivers posted up their fastest lap on their second stint and their second set of tyres. Unfortunately, due to Toasty's sound problems and complete failure, Toasty suffered the fatal disconnection and dropped out of the race. So we are following Sky round lap 15, lap 15. Apart from Sky's little bump at the start of the race, he hasn't had much problems at all. No challenger's been able to catch up with him. Sky's had a nice, easy race. His best lap, 2-minute 1.661. Which I think was roughly about the fastest qualifying lap as well, so not too shabby. Join the back of the pack a bit and find out what's going on. I'm joined in with Max at the moment. Looks like Max is chasing down Paul. Toots is back on Max. And Max was denied the pass by Paul. Paul goes into the pits. And Max takes second place. Crosses the start line for lap 16. I don't think Max is going to have it that easy, because Toots definitely seems on the charge and is chasing quite happily. You see at the top there, Max's best lap is a 2-minute 1.923, so he's not that far off the leader's best lap time, but he won't be catching up. Toots is definitely on a charge. Max takes corner, nice and smooth, a bit wider than Toots does. Manages to stay ahead. Toots is definitely on the charge. Max comes in the corner, nudges the wall, drops his speed ever so slightly. Coming up the skyline, not many problems. Through the S's. Then into the dipper and up to elbows. Forest's elbow. From the engine noise, it definitely looks like Toots gets the power on coming round that corner a bit earlier than Max does. But the BMW does seem to have the power. Definitely seem to catch up towards the end of that straight. And the chase down Murray's corner. Max still retained his second place into lap 17. Toots still close behind. mentioning the cars before in the championship. There is actually 6 cars in use in total. 2 of the cars weren't actually, one of the cars weren't actually visible in this one. The GTR Suzuki 11 is one car, the BMW M3 base model GT3 car, the RX-7 touring car, the GTR R35, and the GTR Suzuki 13. And of course Kleps is also driving the GTR GT3 base model as well. Oh, Max is coming in the dipper and doesn't quite make it. Toots takes full advantage and gets past Max to take 2nd place. Max left in 3rd. Kleps is sitting in 4th. Paul's still in 5th. Gray still in last place after the earlier incident giving Max a wee bit too much room. Here we are, we've joined the race on lap 20 and we're back with Max again. Max retaking 2nd place back from Toots coming round the corner there. I believe Toots had just been in the pits, allowing Max just to catch up and get in front. I might be wrong about the pits, but we will definitely have a look and see. Toots not taking that corner as smooth as before, which makes me think that he hadn't been in the pits. His tyres might be a bit worn out, or it could be the fact he's on new tyres. I do think he'd actually been in the pits. Coming around the S is nice and smooth, down to the dipper. No problems this time. Coming down at the Forest Elbow, not his favourite corner. Always seems to lose too much speed there. Toots definitely gets on the power a lot earlier coming in that corner than Max does. Toots is right up on Max's rear end, bumper to bumper. Coming down the long, fast straight, coming down to the chase. Will Toots manage to take back his 2nd place or not? We will soon see. Max goes up ever so slightly wide, touches the gravel. Toots didn't manage to take advantage, but it has closed the gap. Coming round Murray's corner, onto the main straight. Crossing the finish line at lap 21. Hill's corner, and that's nice and smooth. Took with a little wiggle, didn't hold the same amount of speed coming through. Certainly seems to be catching Max on the mountain straight. Coming up to Griffin's Bend. Max holding nice and smooth. Side of Max's car looks a bit damaged at the front, or it was just the shadows. Max again, still holding on for that 2nd place for dear life. Really not giving up early, a bit of a lock up on Max there, a bit of tyre smoke. And he's still got it, he's still holding on. back again to the long straight. Keeps catching up quite nicely. And Max loses it on the chase, coming out, hits the gravel, slows right down, still manages to retain third, but Toots takes second place, cross into lap 22. We're back with Sky on lap 22. Standings are Sky's in first, Toots is in second, Max is in third, Paul is in fourth, Kleps is in fifth, and Gray is in sixth place. We'll rejoin the race again in lap 24. Sky still leads, Toots in second. We'll jump into Max and see what's happening. Max is just coming round the S's. You hear the notes of an RX-7. Comes down the dipper into the Forest's elbow, and Toots is off. Toots is in the wall, the same place that Sky got stuck at the very start of the race. Don't quite know what happened to Toots there. Maybe pushing a bit too much, or maybe just touching the grass. Max takes second place on lap 24. And as we enter the last lap of the race, we join Sky Shadow, who is so far in front at this point that nobody has a chance to catch them. So let's join Sky in his final lap of a very, well, we say easy race for Sky. No challengers, but he's ran a clean race throughout. He's got that much of a lead that I can't say that the confusion earlier on in the race would have made much difference. His car is fully hunkered down. There is no denying that his car is quick. He's got it nailed, he knows where to take it and how to drive it. As he comes down through the S's on his final lap. If you'd like to ever join us in racing, please check out our forum on www.maturevideogamer.co.uk. Come in, have a look, see what we're up to. It's a multi-platform gaming site. We do PS4, Xbox One, PS3, Xbox, bits for the Wii, bits for the PC. There's some Vita stuff there too, so we deal with all general formats of gaming and all the consoles and the PC as well. Always happy to see some new faces. Here we are. This guy crosses the line to take first place. Total racing time of 56 minutes. I think everybody's a bit knackered by the end of these races, but we thoroughly enjoy them. Absolute outstanding race from Sky. Max takes second place. Thoroughly chuffed with second place after dropping down to last place a couple of times to come back and take second. Brilliant racing. Pauls takes third, also another racer that was in last place. Toots is in fourth, Kleps is in fifth, and Gray takes sixth place. Fantastic race. Total shame on Toasty, but he needs a mention because he raced all his race with no sound. Couldn't hear his engine at all. Fair play on the man, he did absolutely brilliantly, but unfortunately the dreaded disconnection problems managed to boot him out of the race, so he didn't manage to finish. But thank you very much for watching, if you managed to sit and watch through the entire video. I think next time when I do this I'll try and make more of a highlights clip, as I did with the end of the race. The end of the race was very, shall we say, a bit more uneventful, not as many passing things, people had settled into their places, and I was able to cut and crop the video down quite a bit. But again, thank you for watching, feel free to comment, love hearing what people think about the videos I make and things. I do this for fun, I'm not in it for any other reason, and it also shows the kind of enjoyment I get out of the racing games. But thanks again for watching.